Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next comic to the stage, MD 2020!
Hello, everybody. Thank you for staying at home tonight in a time of COVID. I suppose this is my Thanksgiving special because it's Thanksgiving and it's always special. Anyway, I was thinking, super villains in TV shows or old cartoons or something, they're always laughing and they're petting their cat, right? And the other day, I'm kind of watching some comedy on YouTube and I was kind of laughing and I was petting the cat, so I thought to myself, does this mean I've officially become a supervillain? I mean, people have said I'm kind of dark sometimes. And but I also thought, when they laugh, is a supervillain really just, are they laughing because they have no inner monologue, or is it because they just figured out a punchline to some joke that they're thinking of? Which means supervillains are just frustrated comedians, I suppose, and then, they end up trying to take over the world because they couldn't get a gig at the comedy club. Is this microphone okay? Feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
Thanks. I have a captive audience. That means they can't really go anywhere. That makes it sound like they have handcuffs on or something. Anyway, I'd like to give a shout out to my biggest fan, Moye, if you're out there. And also, she recommended that I change my name to MD 2020 because it was MJD and the J is my middle initial, obviously, and it is 2020. So I figured tonight I'm MD 2020, formerly known as MJD, formerly known as MJD, parentheses, your boy, and parentheses. Anyway, but yeah, I was actually thinking, I haven't had or seen MD 2020, otherwise referred to as the Mad Dog, about 20 years. And I went trying to find some, and I have some down here that I procured. And I went to 4 stores, and I live in Baltimore, so that means there's a lot of liquor stores, but it's kind of rough to get there. But it is actually hard to get it, but I found it at the store closest to me, strange enough, after going to all these stores. But it's kind of like trying to find a leprechaun, except, it's not, there's no pot of gold, and it's not 13% alcohol wine. But I kind of wonder if the reason they have it in Baltimore, not at the stores in the suburbs, is because it might be a ghetto drink. This is an orange drink. It's not a purple drink, which was quite popular 5 or so years ago. I'm not sure if anyone knows about the purple drink. We have a purple drink in the audience. It's Thanksgiving. I'm currently tripping on tryptophan because I had turkey, not tofurkey. The other day I was in a store and some guy came in and said, "Happy Turkey Day." And it's kind of like, what if he said Happy Tofurkey Day or like Happy Honey Baked Ham Day? I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just kind of mentioned that. Anyway, in the news the other day, there was a monolith found in Utah. Most people don't know what a monolith is. Technically, it's like a tall kind of rectangular upright object, right? And it basically looks like a silver triangle in the middle of the Utah desert, or not in the middle, but in a really weird spot. And some helicopter pilots found it, and they were trying to figure out some way to describe its size. and I kid you not, they stood on top of each other, kind of like old school style, and the reporter said it looked like it measured about the height of two men, and I thought to myself, well, I guess you could measure stuff in dudes that are about average height, so if you're going to the store, or if I was going to the store that I got the MD20 20 from, it'd be like, well, I'm gonna go about 10 dudes down the street. It's probably not quite metric, not quite imperial. Starting to run out of time, although I believe the timer started late because that's how things go sometimes. One time, someone told me that I think they were trying to be funny, and at the end of a set that I had, because I still haven't worked out comedy material as if you couldn't notice, but they were like, nice TED Talk, dude. And I thought in my head, does that mean if I actually did a TED Talk, people would laugh at me? And that also made me think, when people do public speaking, their greatest fear is that people are going to laugh at you. And when people do comedy, stand-up, they think, well, their greatest fear is people aren't going to laugh at you. So maybe the solution is for comedians to do TED Talk, and people that do TED Talks to do comedy, and maybe they'll kind of work it out. All right, I'm starting to run out of time here. I was going to say, I had other stuff to talk about, but as per usual, time runs out. But yeah, I'm starting to get old, and so's this set. So if my last set was loose, this one's definitely very loose. Brought to you by MD 2020. I don't endorse this. Drink responsibly if you do, and I'll catch you on the next one. MD 2020, your boy out. Internet!